came across a killer deal on a set of 37s that I could not pass up. So in this video, I'll show you what I did to make it work on my 3-inch lift and what supporting mods you'll need to run 37s on your Jeep. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Sam, and I just want to start out with saying thanks for everybody who subscribed and liking the last videos. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. So I appreciate you guys doing that. And if you're new here, please leave a like and subscribe, and then we'll get into the video. Alright, so what tires did I end up finding? Well, I ended up finding a set of BFG KM2 mud tires on a set of AEV Pintler wheels. And I have always liked the AEV Pintler wheels from the very beginning. And I actually found these wheels. I was looking for the wheels to begin with, and the tires ended up just coming with it. So I figured, why not try to get, try to use the tires, because the tires are still in pretty good shape. So why not try to use them for a while, and then whenever these tires wear out, I can put the wheels onto my Grand Cherokee my Overland project, which I'm waiting for the lift on. So there's no use in, taking these good tires off the wheels until I get my lift for the Grand Cherokee. So that's what I did. That's what I'm doing now. And when I first put them on, I'll throw pictures up here. I thought with the 3-inch lift it was just going to fit. And tires did kind of fit, but didn't fit, if you can see by these pictures here. So I ended up having to do a little trimming, and I'll show you here of the trimming that I had to do. I ended up having to just pretty much take an angle grinder and grind out the front part of the inner fender well where there's some extra metal that needs to be radiused. And we just ended up taking a grinder and a saw and just trimming that out a little bit more, and now it fits like a glove. Before, the rear tire was actually in the rock rail, so we ended up having to cut the rock rail or the factory Rubicon rail about, 3 inches back. Ended up cutting it and then just putting the cap back on it, and I'll throw some pictures up here. The rock rail was full of mud, dried mud and rust. It was about 5 or 10 pounds of rust that I ended up beating out of the thing. So what lift do I have? I have a 3-inch Fabtech lift, which is not really a Fabtech lift anymore because I've ended up getting a set of Fox 2.0s off Facebook Marketplace, and so those are different. But everything else is pretty much the same Fabtech lift. It's only a 3-inch spring lift. I figured, why go with a spacer lift when I can just go ahead and put springs in it anyways. To put spacers on, you have to put springs, take springs out. So I went ahead and did a full 3-inch spring, and then the Falcon, or the Fox, I keep saying Falcon, the Fox Performance 2.0 shocks with the remote reservoirs. And we also have these Amazon fenders that I have paint matched, and then we also have Artec inner fenders, and then that all makes it fit pretty well. I don't have any problems with at full droop or full compression either way. So that's the lift part taken care of. What else? What other mods do I have to support? I have for the front end, I've re-geared. I'll add the video. I made a video of this. I went to Yukon 538s, and then I also did Dynatrack ball joints, and I did the Metal Cloak 1-ton steering upgrade, and then I also did the Adams drive shaft for the front. I needed a new drive shaft for the front. My front one, while I was in Moab, ended up breaking. So That's the thing you got to do with these bigger tires, 37s or more. You're going to end up having to get the drive shaft for the front. The slip yoke is not long enough on a factory one, so definitely if you're on 37s or even 35s, mine broke when I had 35s. If you have a larger than 3-inch lift, go ahead and put in your budget that you're going to need a drive shaft for the front. Do not go and buy a Terraflex drive shaft extender or whatever they are. I've tried one of those and they are not very good. Mine ended up exploding. So yeah, other than that, that's pretty much going to be it, I think, for the lift. Oh no, that's not it. I'll show you the next thing I bought. So I ended up having to get the Clayton off-road track bar bracket because my factory track bar bracket actually broke off my axle tube in the rear. I have a video of that actually. I'll put it up in here. But yeah, that thing, go ahead and buy one of those. It's very cheap insurance, and those factory brackets are literally just toothpaste welded onto the brackets. They're very thin metal. Once you get a bigger lift with more pull on the track bar, you definitely need to go ahead and get some kind of bracket. The kit came with a relocation bracket. They used the stock bracket and moved it up, but that ended up putting a lot more stress, a lot more leverage on the factory one that was onto the axle. And the Clayton one has a bracket that goes across the axle tube and spreads the load out, which is way better. So that's what I did for that. Another thing you might get into on 3 inches of lift is a bumper. My ARB bumper has no, is a stubby bumper, and I don't have to worry about my front tires hitting the front bumper. I'm assuming that I don't know this, but I'm assuming that if you did have a 37 on a 3-inch lift, the front bumper would come in contact with it when you're turning. So look for a front bumper or no front bumper, or cut yours. I've seen people cut theirs, so that's an option out there. And then other than that, that's pretty much, I think, all the mods that I have. This Jeep is a very budget Jeep. I don't have a lot of funds coming in, and I'm trying to split it between 2 projects. So anytime that I can go online and find somebody else's stuff that they are not using anymore and refurbish it and put it towards my build, then I'm all for it. In the future, I would like to get a long arm kit for mine, and in the future, I'd like to go Dana 60s, but that's way down the road. But for now, on these 37s, with the 3-inch lift, it works really, really well. I've had it out one time, and it worked really well. I've had it at full flex, front and rear, no rubbing, no touching, no nothing. So I say that's a win for me. Something down the road, if you're going to do these 37s, you might want to look into is C-gussets for your axle in the front. If you have a Rubicon in your Dana 44, you're going to be good for a little while. They're they're beefier. But if you have a Sahara down Sport with the Dana 30, you're definitely going to need gears. You're definitely going to need gussets, and you're definitely going to need some kind of truss or slugs or something like that. Tubing to go over your axles, because Dana 30s are really weak. And you're also going to need down the road, which I don't have yet, is a pair of axle shafts, chromoly. Chromoly axle shafts are pretty expensive, but they're cheap insurance to keep you going down the trail. So look for that down the road. Down the road, I will be doing axle shafts in mine, but for now, I haven't really wheeled this thing hard. So, right now I'm just picking and choosing when I do wheel what, inputs and stuff like that to keep it from jumping around and trying to break axles. So, luckily, hopefully, if it does break, it'll break a U-joint, which are a lot easier to repair on the trail, I have a bunch of those to repair. Well, guys, I think that's it. That's pretty much covers it. My 3-inch lift with 37s. There's not really anything else that I can think of that I've added, it's a pretty easy formula for me. For my Jeep, like I said, it's a budget build, and nothing on here really. The tires are the most expensive thing, honestly, or that metal cloak, drag link and stuff that I bought, that whole kit. That's probably the most expensive thing that I bought on this thing. I try to save as much money as I can, so you can just get out there, you know, get out there and go wheeling and modify your vehicle to the way that you wheel. You know, if you want to do some more adventurous stuff, you know, you probably do need to go 35s or get lockers or whatever, but modify to your level of adventure. You know, if you just want to go out and camp or whatever, you don't need all this stuff. But if you want to get out and hit some hard trails or whatever, then you probably do need to upgrade. So that's just what my advice is, to get out there. Just get out there and go and meet with some people and see what they do, see what they have on their rigs, and, you know, start a little network together and get you some friends that you can mooch off of and you know, see how they mod their Jeeps and what kind of parts and stuff they pick. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, everybody, and thanks for liking these videos. And the Overland content will be coming up soon. The lift is on its way or been ordered or whatever for the Grand Cherokee, so that's coming up soon. I'll be doing some more to this thing here soon too. I'm just waiting for parts. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. We'll see you in the next one.